Hello, I'm Bob Mengerink, and I am the Superintendent of the Educational Service Center of Northeast Ohio. Among all of the work we do with schools, this event is by far my favorite each year. This event gives us a chance to pause amidst all of the hecticness of a school year and truly just be thankful for special people in this world. Some of our best inspiration comes from children's books, and it's no wonder as we honor so many children today who inspire us and the adults that give them hope. A.A. Milne in Winnie the Pooh wrote, "Believe in yourself, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." This is an important message for everyone, children and adults alike. There are moments in life that may seem harder than they should, but believing in oneself and the perseverance to hold on to this belief through struggles is how we make great things happen for ourselves and for the world around us. To quote another great children's author, J.M. Barrie, who wrote Peter Pan, "The moment you doubt whether you can fly, you cease forever to be able to do it." All of you today have shown that you have the confidence and belief in yourself to fly towards any dream you have. Don't ever let anyone steal this from you. Surround yourself with those who love you and encourage you, and in those moments you feel doubt start to creep in, just imagine you are on a journey through the 100-acre woods or flying to Neverland, and remind yourself how both Winnie the Pooh and Peter the Pan never gave up. I know that in my 50 years as an educator, it is students and staff such as those recognized here today that have made me not only a better educator or administrator, but also a better person. They have given me courage and inspired me to believe in myself and others, and I know without a doubt that they will work hard to make the world a better place. Today we say thank you to our students and colleagues that have shown us this courage each and every day. I sincerely hope you enjoyed the presentation we put together today and help you, your districts, and your schools, and your families and friends celebrate your well-deserved nominations. I would now like to introduce Candace Metzel, a State Support Team Early Childhood Consultant, who will introduce our keynote speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mengerink. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker, Jim Basketball Jones, and I think you'll quickly realize how he got his name. So Jim is all about helping individuals develop and harness their inner strength and a positive mindset to lead a fulfilling life. He believes we all learn over time and at our own pace, but we can find our own success if we persevere and never stop learning. He'll talk about how we must take ownership in our efforts, be willing to learn from others, and believe in ourselves to realize our potential. Jim put these principles into action at an early age as he learned how to overcome his own learning disability. Early on, he learned that he had a disability that was called dyslexia, and Jim will talk about how he felt and how he chose to take a journey with the help of many people in his life who really cared about his success. Jim's personal challenges fundamentally shaped his view of the world and provided him with many early life lessons about the good of accepting help from others, overcoming challenges, and learning to appreciate differences. Jim will share his story and the many people who worked hard with him during his senior year to push him towards his dream of going to college. Listen today how Jim found a special talent that helped him fit in with his peers and open up opportunities for him. Then imagine what your special talent might be. Jim used his talents to give back to the community that had spent so much time helping him. Over the past 25 years and 8,000 assemblies later, Jim continues to give back by bringing his story to school districts nationwide. While the pandemic gave us some new challenges, Jim had to find a way to continue to get his message of hope out and overcame yet again to inspire you through this virtual media message. So let's welcome Jim Basketball Jones.
Hello my friends. Jim Basketball Jones. Congratulations on getting an award for the 2022 Excellence in Education. Good job. Hey, I'm so happy to be involved, and I want to say thank you to Terry McAtee and Shantae Smith for putting this all together and inviting me. And I'm Jim Basketball Jones. I've been doing school assemblies for 25 years, and today I want to share 3 simple things with you. 1, believe in your future. 2, believe in yourself. And 3, believe in better. You know, I want to take those things and I want to weave them into my personal story so you could see when each one of them started to take shape in my life, in my journey. Now that's also interesting is that I'm going to share you my journey, but we all get to walk our own. My story is going to be a little bit different than yours, maybe a lot bit different than yours, but it's okay. I want you to hear in my journey the things I did to cope, endure, and energize myself to overcome my obstacles. And my obstacles will be different than yours, but everybody faces obstacles. And my wife and I highlighted that in our first children's book that we wrote, and we wrote about Bouncy the basketball that couldn't bounce. And everybody thinks Bouncy learns to bounce. Well, Bouncy doesn't learn to bounce. But a friend named Cal finds Bouncy, talks to him, and eventually says to Bouncy, "It's okay, Bouncy. You're the one and only you. I'll help you find what you can do." My friends, you're the one and only you. You matter, you're important, and we're here to help you find what you can do great. And I believe in you. So here's my story, and I'll be straight up. I wasn't born in Ohio. I was born in Chicago, but my parents moved me to Ohio as soon as they could, and I walked into first grade in Avon Lake, Ohio at Westview Elementary School, and it wasn't long before my teacher noticed me. She came up to me and said, "Jim, you're special." I said, "Thank you." She said, "Jim, you're LD." I said, "Cool." She said, "Jim, LD means you're learning disabled." I said, "I'm disabled? I thought I learned differently." She grabbed my hand and walked me to the end of the school and said, "Hey, Jim, this is Mrs. Bamer. She's our special teacher, and you'll just be there till you catch up." "How long will that be?" She goes, "I don't know, Jim. You'll be okay." So I sat in that classroom, and it was a journey. I watched my friends go from first to second, second to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth. And I remember walking down the hall and wondering why I was different, why I couldn't learn like other people. See, I'm dyslexic. There's a part of my brain that's really, really sluggish. It has a really difficult time blending words, sounds, letters. And for me, going into second grade, I only knew 7 letters. And that problem came out in my speech. So I had a speech pathologist. It came out with my reading, so I had reading tutors. It came out in everything academic that you could imagine because I only knew 7 letters. And I kept on getting better, but I stayed in the special ed class all through elementary school. And I want to share my first message for you is to believe in your future. During that time period, my mom and dad would tell me stories all the time about how people made it in life. And they were all wrapped around one type of theme, mess to success. They were like somebody was in trouble or had a challenge or they were in a bad scenario and they kept on working really hard and they became successful. So my first message for you as my friend is to believe in your future. Why believe in your future? Because it will energize you in today. And today we have to do the hard stuff to learn, grow, and improve. But to be energized in today, you have to see a brighter future. So believe in your future, and your future could be next week, next month, next year, 10 years. You know, believe in your future because it'll energize you. And that's how I went through elementary school. I did the hard work. I wasn't just in class, I was present in class. I came with an energy and an attitude to improve, to grow, and I did. But I grew at a slower rate than what other kids did, but that's okay. That's just me. That's part of my journey. And in 6th grade, I got to go to regular class for a half a day. The other half a day I was tutored. And it was like in a library closet that they had converted to a tutor room. But guess what? I'm never going to turn down coaching and assistance and help from others so I could learn how I learn. So I can learn how I learn, and I can improve and grow. So I had great help in the tutor room, and I spent half the day there. It was a little frustrating because the tutors wrote on the back of my report card, do I tutor Jim on the stuff he's struggling with in class, or do I tutor him on the stuff he is not getting when he's with me that you're teaching in class? There was a frustrating time, but guess what? I found an outlet that inspired me and help build my confidence, and it was reaching out to do something a little bit different. My older brother Mike, he was really popular and he could spin a basketball, and I always wanted to be like Mike, so I asked him, could you help me? And he helped me learn to spin a basketball. It took a couple months, but I kept practicing. In 7th grade I took a shot. I tried out for the Troy Talent Show, and I did one basketball, and I did some simple little tricks. And then kids said nice things. My friends that are watching this are the peers that support each other. That's what you do. You help us by saying nice things. You support us with your kind words. You support us with your encouragement. That's what happened to me when I started to spin a basketball. And I got so excited that I kept on spinning basketballs, and I learned to spin 2 basketballs in 8th grade. In 9th grade, I spun 3. So I spun 2 like this, but then I added a 3rd basketball in my mouth on a pen. Let me show you what it looks like. So my friends, the second thing I want to talk to you about is believe in yourself. Well, how do you do that? Sometimes we got to find something that we're good at, and we need to spend some time in that. Whether it's dancing, maybe you're good at that, or singing, or gymnastics, or cheerleading. Find something that you're good at. Spend some time there, develop your confidence, and then take that confidence and apply it to your challenges. There's a guy named Flip Flippin, and he wrote a book called Flipside, and he said in that book very clearly that your strengths will soar when you improve your weaknesses. And that's a key thing in life. We need to lift our weaknesses up so our strengths can soar. But spend some time in your strengths, because that could give you confidence, and that could help your self-esteem so that you're willing to go back and do the hard things. My friends, believe in yourself. There's 2 things in life that no one can take from you. 1 is your attitude, and 2 is effort. Own your effort, because you're worth it, and the hard work you do will help you get to where you want to go in life. So my friends, believe in yourself. So I kept doing basketball tricks, and you know what happened? In 10th grade, I was spinning 5 basketballs, and the phone rang one day, and I answered it and said, hello. I said, hey, Jim, we heard about your basketball tricks. We were wanting to know if you could come and entertain at our games. Sure. What game? The Cleveland Cavaliers game. What? Are you serious? Can I do the tricks on the court? Yeah. Can I meet some players? Yeah. Do you want to go? Yeah. I was so excited. I got to go to the Cavs games, and I did that for 3 years with a mentor of mine named George Schauer. And he gave me his book, Keep the Ball Rolling. And I read that book cover to cover, and I learned more tricks, and I kept on improving. So thank you, George, for helping me and mentoring me during that time we spent together at the Cavs game. But there also was a thing that I struggled with. And in high school, my reading rate was 86 words a minute, about 2nd grade reading level. So in 10th grade, I made a choice. I went home to my mom and said, Mom, I can't keep up with school. She said, are you working hard enough? I said, seriously? We move here, you put me in Mrs. Bamer for 5 years, I quit swimming to go to summer school, middle school I get a tutor for half a day, you give me help at night, high school I'm not even in the regular classes. Guess what, Mom? I'm not dumb, and I'm not quitting. She said, what do you want from me, Jim? I want you to read me the book, Ma. I'll learn it. My mom read out loud to me for 3 years in high school so I could keep up with my schoolwork, and I did. Then my senior year, they put me in a class called Reading for the Real World because they wanted me to be a functional reader once I graduated. But my friends, can I give you a pointer? Show up in every class. Show up and be present, because you don't know the one class that's going to make a huge difference in your life. So show up. For me, it was that class, Reading for the Real World. It wasn't really the class. No, it was the teacher, Mrs. Irene Schuster. She showed up every day and she challenged us and she pushed us and she made us read and do uncomfortable reading exercises over and over again, which only improved my reading. And I went from 86 words to 156. And I said, Mom, I think I'm ready to go for college. So I talked to my guidance counselor and he said it would be a really big challenge for me to go to college. But I had faced a lot of challenges, so I figured I might as well keep going. So I went to Bowling Green State University because they accepted me, which means thank you, Bowling Green State University, for taking a chance on a kid like me. I went to Bowling Green State University and boy, adversity hit me right in the face. I had to go to English. English 110, 7th floor of the library, and guess what happened? We had 15 papers to write, one every week for the whole semester. And I started getting F. My first paper was an F. My second paper was an F. My third paper was an F. My fourth paper was an F. I'm going to the writing lab and I'm getting professional coaching. I am talking to the teacher and I'm getting as much instruction as I could get. I am attending every class and I am working hard, but every single paper was an F. For 15 straight weeks, I showed up and I shined in my own light the best way I could, and the end result was an F. My last message for you, my friends, is to believe in better. Because guess what? I showed up for 15 weeks to endure 15 straight Fs because I believe that we all can get better. But if you don't do the work, you're never going to get better. So what if I got an F? Every time I had a chance to write a paper, I did. And guess what? Apparently it takes me 16 tries to write a passing paper because I passed that class when I took the proficiency, the final exam, and I wrote my 16th paper and I passed. My friends, believe in better. You could always improve. My wife and I wrote another children's book. It's called Bouncy and the Power of Yet, because we believe that you just don't know it yet. We believe that you can get better. Matter of fact, believe in better is my son saying. He's a 7th grade teacher in Oberlin, and his classroom motto is to believe in better. We even have a Yeti. And our Yeti, he's the master of the yet. We believe that we just don't know it yet. We can improve. And even if we're improving in small little pieces, just keep getting better. You know what? I told you that I had this strong side of my brain that was math, and I'm pretty good at numbers, but I work really hard, so I stuck with that math stuff, and I worked on my weaknesses to improve them. But the more I improved my weaknesses, the more my math could soar because I wasn't being held back by my weaknesses. And guess what happened? I graduated in 4 years. I called my mom up and said, "Hey Mom, come to graduation." "Yeah, they're gonna say my name out loud." "I'll see you when you get here, Ma. Love you. Bye." She drove from Cleveland to Bowling Green to sit in the stands, and 2,000 kids graduated that day. William F. Buckley and Mr. Rogers were the commencement speakers, which was weird. But I walked in the grass and I looked up at my mom as I graduated as the outstanding graduating senior from the College of Business that day. My mom met me in the grass and she gave me a present. I got a lot of awards from Bowling Green, the Wall Street Journal Award, the Executive Institute of Finance Award. I got a lot of awards during that time at Bowling Green, but the prized possession to me is a little inexpensive Seiko watch my mom got me. It's not expensive. We had lost our house in foreclosure before that became popular. But on the back of the watch, my mom put a note for me that said, "We did it. Love, Mom." 3 months later, I showed up at my mom's apartment in Avon Lake off of Moore Road, Village on the Green. I went up to the 2nd floor and knocked on her door, and she answered and said, "Hey, Jim, what are you doing?" I said, "Mom, I brought you something. It's the list of the best business students in the country." "It was in the Wall Street Journal, Ma." "My name's in it. Thanks for not quitting on me. Thanks for giving me your time." My friend, I've been doing this for 25 years because I want to teach everybody that we all learn over time. with practice. I want you to know that you're important and you matter. You can do this. And congratulations on your award. The last thing I want to share is the note on my pencil. It's from my mom. She'd always say, Jim, you're important, you matter. So I put a note on the pencil to remind us all that. It says, I'm important. She'd say, Jim, think you can do it, think you can. So I put a note that said, I can, I will. And 3, she said, Jim, promise me, you will never stop trying. So I put a note that said, I won't quit. My friends, never quit. Believe in better. Believe in yourself. Believe in your future. I believe in you. Thank you and congratulations one more time on being recognized and receiving this award. Bye, my friends.
The 2022 R.A. Horn Outstanding Achievement Award recipient from SST 3 is Kellen Donahoe, a student at Lakewood High School in Lakewood City Schools. It's difficult not to love Kellen Donahoe. It's no secret that she truly is one in a million. Kellen is the epitome of success. Born with Down syndrome, Kellen has overcome more obstacles in her 18 years than many adults. Through many school meetings, advocating parents, support of siblings, and consistent therapy, Kellen is now an independent young woman. Kellen gives to her community because she values her community. She is proud to live in Lakewood and bleeds purple and gold. Her resume provides specifics such as serving as an altar server at her church, working at a summer camp for students who are deaf and hard of hearing, volunteering with Help To Others, and the Lakewood High School Student Council. Kellen's positivity and friendly spirit are infectious. Kellen is the senior class secretary for the Lakewood City Schools class of 2022. During homecoming planning, Kellen was an active student council member, attending meetings, encouraging student spirit, and planning various events for the student body. Kellen was also a student mentor for Fresh Start, an orientation program for incoming high school freshmen. During Fresh Start, Kellen led a group of 10 students through a fun, exciting, and high-paced day that introduced them to Lakewood High School. Kellen is also a percussionist in the LHS marching band, where she collaborated with her section and the overall band. Kellen is a leader in the classroom. She is enrolled in both general education and inclusion classes. While in her English class, Practical Communication, Kellen is very participatory and works extremely well with her classmates. Kellen was the first student with Down syndrome that many Lakewood High School teachers taught in a general education. While Kellen receives a modified curriculum, Kellen often does assignments on par or better than her fellow classmates who do not receive accommodations. Kellen currently has a 3.9 GPA and has been accepted to Kent State University, where she'll be enrolled in the Career and Community Studies program. This is an extremely selective program with only 10 students accepted each year. Being the youngest of 5 children, Kellen always strived to be the same opportunities as her siblings, including going away to college. She hasn't encountered many goals that she cannot accomplish. Kellen is driven, organized, responsible, reliable, and friendly. She sets high standards for herself and doesn't give up easily. It's impossible not to be impressed with and not to love Kellen. She will change your life for the better. Congratulations to Kellen Donahoe, the recipient of the 2022 R.A. Horn Outstanding Achievement presented by the State Support Team, Region 3.
The 2022 Franklin B. Walter Outstanding Educator Award recipient from SST Region 3 area is Brittany Troyer, an educator at North Royalton Elementary School in the North Royalton City School District. Brittany Troyer is an educator who clearly has the best interest of students at the heart of all of her decisions, a quality witness during her time in the North Royalton City School District as an intervention specialist for the past 10 years. First at Royalview Elementary and now at North Royalton Elementary. She is a champion at providing opportunities for children and youth with disabilities. Brittany is a phenomenal special educator and co-teacher who works tirelessly with her general education partners to plan meaningful and engaging lessons for all of her students. She won't rest until her students receive the same opportunities in the general curriculum. Brittany is regarded as a colleague who others frequently reach out to when wanting to discuss an idea, program, or requirement. She is a forward thinker who is always looking for ways to grow students, staff, and herself. She is highly regarded for her values and her commitment to education. Brittany has an ability to maximize instructional opportunities for all of the students she serves. She consistently demonstrates the ability to work collaboratively with all members of the school community and is held in high regard by her colleagues as a dedicated staff member who is respected by students, staff, parents, and community members. Brittany has an excellent rapport with students, working diligently to maintain a climate that is positive, inclusive, and conducive to effective learning. She has been observed offering her students additional methods to show what they know and have learned. Brittany always strives to identify barriers to her students' learning so that she can knock them down and help each student succeed. Brittany lives by the belief that special education is intended to provide the instruction and supports that will allow every student to achieve. She understands that special education requires supports aligned to each student's unique needs. Brittany is a problem solver who works until she finds the needed supports for each of her students. Congratulations to Brittany Troyer, the 2022 Franklin B. Walter Award winner for the State Support Team Region 3.